Calgary. It's like 8 a.m. So we're getting on the road later than I normally would if I head to Vancouver, because I'm stopping in Kamloops first for one night, which is only 7 hours away, it says, depending on the highway conditions, obviously. So yeah, if I go all the way to Vancouver, I tend to leave around 3 or 4 in the morning, so I can, even with travel delays or needing to take a nap, I can still get there at hotel check-in. But if I'm only going to Kamloops, it's not too bad. I need to get there by like 5 at the absolute latest. And I can leave at 8. Should be there around 3, including stops, because we do gain an hour. So this is Calgary. As you can see, it's wintry and out. It's actually not that cold. It's like +2. But, you know, it's brown, it's wintry, it ain't nothing special, so I'm excited to show you some mountain winter scenes instead, which hopefully we'll get to in about an hour, actually. The mountains are very close to Calgary. So, coming out of Calgary on the west end of the Trans-Canada, and this is the first view of the mountains we're getting today. The morning sun across them, oh my god, that's beautiful. I really hope the skies stay this clear for the entire drive, because god damn. So we have been driving for less than an hour and we are already almost at Canmore. Pick up more. About the fact that I do actually get a ton of anxiety driving mountain roads in winter, especially because there's a place we will be going through called Rogers Pass that tends to be in winter. So it does make me really nervous. Obviously the highways are totally clear right now, but that doesn't mean they're going to be clear the whole way. So I always leave a lot of extra time, like a minimum of 2 extra hours of travel time, because I have been trapped on that highway due to rock falls or avalanches or whatever, and there was a bunch of construction for a while that we had to tour around. That added an hour and a half, but that seems to be open again now. But what I am worried about is Rogers Pass itself being a snow-covered disaster where all of the big truck drivers, the semi-drivers, just rip through. Like, you'll be going and you'll have to slow down to 50 kilometers because of the road conditions, and then a semi will go past you doing 100 in the other lane, or come right up on your ass and you're like, sir, please, I'm gonna die. So I am pretty concerned. Definitely gives me a lot of anxiety. I do white knuckle it pretty bad when it's like that. I also get white knuckle fear driving past any body of water when there is not a sufficient concrete barrier between me and that, because I can't swim, and I don't know how much I would panic if the car went into water. I don't know what would happen, but I can't swim, so that makes me terrified too. We are about to pass the exit to Lake Louise, which obviously is a very famous place. It also has one of my favorite little hiking areas around the lake to go to. Very easy hikes, but very high elevation, so you do still get tired. There is a particular hike around the lake at Lake Louise where you can walk up to a house up on the mountain that has no electricity. Everything is brought in on horseback. The employees stay up there and camp up there for a week at a time, and then they switch in and out, and they honestly make some of the best chocolate cake I have ever had in my life, which is pretty incredible considering there's no electricity, so no refrigerated items that will be making it. But it is super worth checking out. If you're in the Lake Louise area, it's a bit of a hike, it's a bit uphill, but it's so awesome. Go and sit because I get to eat the cake. It's blinding in every direction. Not sure if it comes across on the camera, but in person, gosh darn, can't see a thing. We are in another national park now. We are in Glacier National Park. Not actually sure how big Glacier is, but we're inside of it. And we're about, I don't know, 45 minutes from Revelstoke. It has been quite cloudy, but the roads have remained clear, so I'm really happy with that. And even with the cloud cover, that's still real pretty, guys. Real pretty. You know, without the big, dirty semi-truck in front of us. We are officially out of Yoho National Park. We are out of all national parks right now for a while. I think there's more we pass through before we hit Kamloops, but right now, we're in public territory. Maybe private. Speed limit's increased at least. Highway's twinned again. We should be coming up fairly close to Golden now. Back on the road on schedule. I won't be stopping until Revelstoke. I will just pass through Golden because it's coming up too quick and I've got lots of gas still, so we will be stopping at Revelstoke instead. Yeah, let's show you some more of the drive. Alright, so we just grabbed some gas in Revelstoke. Revelstoke is a very scenic, picturesque little town. I think it's way more beautiful than Golden, personally. But it's completely overcast today. So, I was gonna, you know, show you a little bit, but you can't see anything. So, I'm just gonna go sit in this Starbucks for a bit at the gas station, chill out, grab some Wi-Fi, have a coffee, bring the dog out for a quick walk, and relax a little before finishing off the drive. Not much further to Kamloops now. I just passed 3 Valley Gap, which is some sort of tourist attraction. Not actually exactly sure. I think they have a ghost town, maybe a hotel. But a couple years ago, when I was doing this drive during that record-breaking heat wave Canada had held fires, I drove by a fire that was right up against all the tourist attractions of 3 Valley Gap, and I remember thinking, I wonder if it'll still be there, and it still is. So they clearly saved it. I don't know if you can see in the video, but I could see passing by on the right that the whole side of that mountain was burnt. So it came right up to it. There was something else I wanted to mention. In Revelstoke, or around Revelstoke, there is apparently a B&B somewhere. I don't know where it is, but their marketing is fantastic because they just have billboards on the side of the highway on either side that just say, not haunted. It just says like, B&B, Revelstoke, not haunted. That's fantastic. That's the best marketing ever. I love it so much, and I'm always like, oh good, glad it's not haunted. Excellent. Glad we sorted that out right away. And I really want to figure out exactly where that is and if it would be worth staying at, because it's just afford them for a job well done on the marketing. I just missed getting it on video, but we passed the Enchanted Forest tourist attraction, which is another one of these weird tourist attractions in this little area of the Trans-Canada where I have no clue what's going on. I've never been to them. Even as a kid when we would do this drive, we didn't stop at those weird things like that. My parents weren't into it. And so there's just these mystery places that I've driven by 100 times. I'm like, I don't know what that is. It's clearly for children. So we are out of the mountains now and into the Okanagan, I would think, because it looks like the Okanagan now. Just looks geographically Okanagan. And we won't really hit big mountains again until after we leave Kamloops. There is a stretch of decent mountains around Hope, which are beautiful, and Hope is such a cute little town. Usually I stop there, take the dog out for a walk. There's a really cute little park right in Hope that I can take her through, but it might be a little chilly for that, so no promises we'll be doing that this time. That'll be tomorrow. Today, like I said, we're just stopping in Kamloops. It breaks up the drive nicely, and I got some shit I can do there anyway. We're currently passing through Salmon Arm, or at least entering Salmon Arm. So it is definitely an older hotel. It does have the old hotel smell, a little musty, but that's fine. I'm only here for one night. It doesn't really matter to me. Toiletries, you know, the necessities. It's got a toilet, it's got a tub, it's got a coffee maker. It is what it is. Our view of magnificent downtown Kamloops in the snow. What do you think, Coconut? What do you think? Well, she can smell every other dog who's ever been here, and she's very enthused about it. You guys like my Mean Girls socks? Yeah. All right, time to unpack. All right, Coconut, which bed do you want? She says floor. Okay, well that concludes our one-night stop in Kamloops. I get the feeling that I'm not going to be able to show you a ton of the landscape because the road is very dirty. I'm going to have to be constantly washing my windshield, so you're probably not going to see much. I'm probably not going to be able to record a lot. Maybe this will clear up in a bit, but we are in the Okanagan Valley, so we can insert some stock photos of the Okanagan here and show you kind of what it looks like. It's still very mountainy, very hilly, but a lot less large trees, a lot more desert. It's very high altitude desert is what the Okanagan is. Great for growing crops though. Lots of fruit comes out of here. But it is super beautiful. I wish I could show you. But, you know, road conditions, winter in Canada, it is what it is. Okay, so this is the Coquihalla, also known as the number 5 highway in BC. It is beautiful and very dangerous. It is a very high mountain road that gets a lot of snow. This area just gets a metric ton of snow. So this road can be very treacherous. Conditions can change just in an instant. It does appear as though we are going to be getting some snow coming up soon. Like snow actually still coming down, not just snow on the road, which we already have. Google is convinced I'm off-roading. It's lost service here. It's getting quite mucky, but the road itself is better now. Now that it's wet like this, it means I can't really show you a windshield because it's just dirty and I have to wash it every 5 seconds. But the road itself is much better for me, so I prefer this. Alright, so frankly, it's filthy out. I have a white dog, so I'm not gonna take her for a little walk in Hope today. I will come back in the summer and I will show you the cute little spot that I mean, and I'll show you how much more beautiful and interesting I think it is here in the summer, because in winter it tends to be really cloudy. You don't get to see the majesty of the mountains. We are just gonna carry on to Vancouver here instead of stopping and exploring Hope. It's also kind of chilly, kind of wet. So I'm hoping Vancouver's a little bit warmer, probably will be. We'll see you on the road. Now, this is the landscape that lets me know I'm almost in Vancouver. I can just feel the difference. Hope is kind of where the big mountains end. The next place you'll come to a decent sized town is Chilliwack, and that's already in this big, huge valley that the entire lower mainland sits in, where there's mountains on either side, on the American side of the border, and then north of a lot of these communities like Abbotsford and Chilliwack. But the communities themselves are sitting in this huge basin. So Hope is kind of your last hurrah of some really big, beautiful, majestic snow-capped mountains, and then we get into these smaller, what I consider hills, but what a lot of people consider mountains. Okay, so pardon my big mess here, but we have arrived in Kelowna, right, Coconut? At the Manteo Resort, and got a pretty nice view out the patio. Let's go take a look. Well, that's quite lovely. Now, I am a two-bed sort of girl because I like to explode my suitcase on one and sleep on the other. Anyway, I have less than 10 minutes of phone space left, so this is all I'm going to show you. I'm going to upload all of my mountain footage tonight so that I can record some more tomorrow. Hopefully the roads are clear, although I have been told it's snowing heavily towards Calgary. So I might not actually record much footage. I might be hyper-focused on driving safely. Anyway, I have a ton of makeup on my face because I had a photo shoot today before I left Vancouver, and I need to wash this the fuck off because it's bothering me. So I'm going to go do that. I'm gonna go out for dinner and see you tomorrow on the drive.